Good evening, everybody. I hope now you all are with the ready for listening today's discussion. So,
Yes,
right, let's start here. Last time, I think we were discussing regarding mm, there was acute stress, and I was giving you multiple examples about the acute stress. Now, that acute stress can easily go ahead and develop in some kind of a depression, or it come with the anxiety. That also I was talking to you, and I think I told you even at that spot that if it is not stopped at one particular stage, you are bound to get a little bit up problems in future. That was our discussion last time with the acute ones. Now, what do you mean by chronic, or what do you mean by persistent? Persistency means it is like chronic. First of all, let's take that one. Chronic is somewhere which is when you have got um, it's like consistent. When you have these kind of a attack, that is a stressful attack. It is There is a criteria given in our medical science. There are two ways. One is we prefer two profiles which has been taken over by the worldwide. One is the DSM and one is the another profile. So there are two ways that we take it, and we diagnose people on the ground of that. That are they entitled to be diagnosed as the acute ones, or they are constantly being hammered for the stressful disorders or stressfulness, and then the symptoms, the severity, everything, we try to take it. So make sure of now, take it that what do you mean by the persistent? Persistent means regular. It is been happening small, or it is been like, can be seen these things. And these are the kind of a disorders which is a chronic regular. You keep on your mind, your body, your lung, your symptoms. It is like a regular that you are facing these. And that is not good. These stressful disorders, like a very simple, somebody has got the problem, say your partner, or say in the house, or it is like everyday scenario that the person comes with everyday drink, or somebody, they keep on abusing you every day, which is not, which you can't control, but you get disturbed, again. And that is the fear, that is the stress you will have. Again I have to do it, I have to do it. It's like a constant. And they are these kind of a people, they have a very big disturbed feature. They're the level, they become like they cannot take it any longer, but they have to. And the body, the hormone, the level, the neurotransmission activity keep on disturbing one or the other way, one or the other way, one or the other way, that it becomes hard for a person, or for even a body hormones, to keep it as a constant. When I was taking my hormones, I was telling you that they are the biggest player, just like your brain, in your body. And this ups and downs, keeping it this, like a flow, very smooth. They keep on disturbed once, again, second time, again, third time. But then, when this disturbance keeps on happening, again, again, and again. Like today, someone, I will give you very, very simple example. You are told to work from your family. Well, you have to work. Everybody works here in this country, but you are made to work like a madness for not only 8 hours of a job, but even on a weekends you are made to work because your spouse or your partner is not giving you a penny. It's a abuse. It's a part of an abuse. It's a finance, which is commonly happening, and we regularly get the cases like this. So this is a part. He's not paying you a penny because you go and earn, you make your money. It's a very straightforward. But at the same time, you have to help your spouse as well, your partner as well. So that's the second kind. It's a kind of an abuse, we take it as, but at the same time, this is like a constant thing. And person goes on and on and on because they are socially bonded, they are family bonded, they are bonded by so many other factors. So they keep on absorbing. And then that regularity goes up to the violence, arguments, these, that, because at one stage, your body can't take this. So it starts retaliating. It starts putting their foot down that no, I have got a right. I can't keep on earning so much just to fulfill. Either I have to go to poor or I have to decrease my standard of living, which is unacceptable socially by your people around. And secondly, you have to take and do the excessive job because you are not being paid a penny by your spouse. Now, make sure what is the situation? How can you come out of all this? You have to take a very big step. Either you go in this and get into the depression or come up with the aggravation. Either of that, because this has become a regular way. And secondly, don't do anything, come and stay and take your step out. That no, I can't take it, I'm moving out, I'm doing this. So, these are the two completely different ways of working. And that is a chronic part. This is happening every day. Now, today you have done it. Tomorrow, again, the same thing. Day after tomorrow, again, the same thing. So make sure that your life, your, your style is such that you have to take either this as a regular, bear it, and get into some kind of emptiness within your life. That, oh, this is what life I have to live. And that emptiness will put you, because it's a constant, will put you down and down and down. And that will be, again, a stressful position as well in your life. Like somebody is trying to work out with you, like they are trying to hammer you every day, hitting, beating, arguments, which is family chaos, family argumentative, which is normal in this country we are facing, which is abusive condition. So many times we take a divorce as, oh, she's divorcing. But think, when one can come up to that stage, at that time, either they have to leave away because their body and mind has come up to that saturation that they will blast. They will be absolutely ruined. That is called as the stress. I told you last time. And that if it's repeated, today it has happened, second, tomorrow you will have the same thing, day after tomorrow, you kept on bearing it, bearing it, bearing it. But then that stress becomes a regular phenomenon. What happens? Your body, your mind, it's a hormones. Make sure today you had it, your hormone has already made it that, okay, fine, we are there to adjust. Adjust it. Tomorrow you had it, your hormones have adjusted. Day after tomorrow you had it, your hormones are adjusting. Because it's an activity. Your hormones are adjusting, your brain transmission activity. The messages, suppose if it's an argumentative nature, like tuk, 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 that's an argument. Now your transmission becomes, okay, adjusted once and try to balance because it's so fast. They are trying to balance it. Instead of fast, they are trying to move smoothly, balancing it. Now, tomorrow, again the same thing. Or after 2 hours, again the same thing. And that becomes so imbalanced that this transmission activity fluctuates. It becomes so weird that it is very difficult for a brain to sustain in a stable position. And then what happens? The moment you see this, you get stressed. Oh God, again the thing has come. I have to do this. That is your position. At that case, your stress, your mental, it's like a burden. It's like a fear. It's like, something. And that makes your body shrink. That makes your heart palpitate. That makes your brain feeling giddy. Some sort of a feelings like heaviness in the brain. And because your brain is not coping up, they are tired, they are saturated, the cells, they can't do this, the hormones, they can't balance their level. And then you loses out the complete stability. So what happens? You are falling into a chronic condition. That this is no way out. You've lost, and at that stage, it is very difficult for your brain to come back. In acute condition, what used to happen? You are there, fair enough, and you are still within your control. That you can come back. Acute means it has gone to that high up that you can't take that stress. But at least with that, you are in a position to come back. That is called as the acute stress. But here, it is not possible for your brain to come back in the normalization. It will remain, that ups and downs will remain in consistent level. At that time, you are bound to get the acute stress disorder. And that acute stress, at that time, you're bound to get the chronic condition. I'm sorry to tell them about it's a chronic condition. Now, that chronic condition is such where you will start showing so many symptoms, so many differences in your body. The first of all, you don't feel like doing the job, what you are doing it. You don't feel like enjoying your life, what you are doing, which is there. But now it is like everyday story. Oh, again this man. Oh, again this. I have to face this every day. And you can't escape. You are like caught. That abuse is such, that fear of abuse is such, and you are caught into it. You can't escape. This is like a almost everyday story for you, that you get up in the morning, you're okay, I have to do this. Now this is like my life. You're accepted, but you've not accepted it with a happy mood. You've accepted it with the I have to. You're subdued sort of nature. Your nature becomes, and that is because you're forced to do that. And that's where your sadness is everyday sadness. Your life is not cheerful, it's not charming, it's a sad life. Then there is a no pleasure. You feel it. Oh, why should I do it? What is the matter of doing? And why should I go ahead like that? Let it be. There is no pleasure. There is no happiness. There is no other thing. What you are enjoying, your body, your heart, yourself, they don't do it. And that becomes like an everyday story. Even if you get a chance, that yes, you got a money, you got a chance, you got a energy, you got everything. But no, get it. Then I can't do this. This is my daily life today. I'll go out for a month or maybe for an hour. But after an hour, it's the same roller coaster. Same thing back. So why should I go out? You know, your feet, your mind doesn't want to go out of that line to get that pleasure. That is called as the above condition. And that is not today or tomorrow. In acute, you have that, but you come back as well. Here, no, it's like, even if you get a chance, no, why should I do it? Second time you got a chance, no, you don't want to do it. So that is one. And in this condition, what you do? You neglect yourself. You remain bizarre condition. You don't feel like decking up yourself. You don't feel like dressing well. You don't feel like, I would rather say, you remain like in any type of the clothings that you have, you wear it. It's such a stage that your clothing, your personal hygiene, your food, your diet, your eating. People try to focus on the diet, weight, healthiness, smartness of the face, happiness of the face. That is never been there in them. Some people, this is one way that they live, and that is called as, either you start eating any munch and keep on eating anything that you get it. So you become, and you neglect your weight. You put on a weight sometime, maybe because of the hormones is the first, and second is the binge eating. Anything that you get it, you keep on eating it, you are not bothered. You're not focused towards the like nutritious food or a healthy, balanced diet. You just do whatever you feel like. Why should I do this? Why should I bother about my weight? Why should I do this? Or sometimes it happens that they loses weight. Sometimes they neglect their food. Whether they eat or not, what difference does it make to me? That mentality keeps on rotating because it's my everyday story. Come on, it's my everyday story. Why should I have this? Why should I eat it? What is the difference does it make even if I don't eat a day? As it is, I'm dying like this. I have to die like that. That is the stigma which is there within you. And that stigma is making you not to eat much or to eat over. Either of that, it's the opposite, but it happens. And at that time, sometime, if you don't eat it, if you don't have your nutritions and all that has been neglected, so you start putting a weight. Secondly, it's a hormone which will make you to put on a weight because there is a change. I'm going to tell you why it is happening as well. But these are the things happening. Secondly, this is one style. Secondly, worry. Worry is one because you are, it's a hopeless life, which you have accepted it as an everyday story. Now that hopelessness, which is pushing you towards oversleep because you're lethargic, you lose the charm of living that life. It's a depressive condition. Some people, I'm going to come up with the upper level as well. This is, I'm going with the everyday hypo. And then what happens? You don't feel like having anything, you don't feel like having any pleasure, nothing. And you keep on rest yourself. Keep on resting. Like sometimes, even if you don't feel like getting up from the bed and your laziness starts, your lethargic condition starts, your insomnia condition. Insomnia is a sleeplessness. That also happens in many of them because they don't feel like doing anything. Why am doing all this? What is the meaning for all these things? When I am, sometime they don't feel sleepy as well because that thing is keep on going on and on. Now, these are the things where they either sleep a lot because they feel tired, maybe because they are not eating, the loses of the nutrition, and then that is another side factor that they are putting them into the tiredness condition, or they sleep a lot because of lack of energy, or they don't sleep at all. Don't sleep at all means their sleep, which is supposed to be normal, that they don't get that normal sleep. That sleep condition decreases. They get a sleepless condition that is like an abnormal sleep. Sometimes they sleep in the 2-3 hours in the daytime, or sometimes they don't. People, they need 7 hours sleep, which is called as a sound sleep. Maybe in the night, maybe in a day. It depends on the age wise. This is a condition which depends on the age wise. But you definitely have a sound and a proper sleep, which is called as the 7 hours REM sleep. Even if you get up in the morning, you go to bed by say 6 o'clock again, you don't feel it, and get up at say 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. But because you had a REM sleep, some people, they snore as well, but they don't realize anything. Snoring is another factor. But REM sleep is like, your mind is resting. That is the REM sleep. And that's a sound sleep, I would rather say. So that sound sleep is very, very essential. Yes.
What does RAM stand for?
REM means it's a random random sleep. Random sleep means it's a sleep has got an hours. The first is the first era of a sleep, which is like you are going to go on a sleeping. Then it is a sound where you don't realize anything. Your heart, your body, your brain is totally, non-functioning level almost. So that's a resting, and that's very important for a body. And the last one is you finish with that 3 hour, couple of hours, and then it's a time that the brain slowly recharges and start with the work. That's the last one. So these are the different era of the sleep that you have. When you get a sleep, you get eye movement, eye involvement, quite a lot of things. That is, when you get up, your eyes are open. That is true, because when you come out of the sleep, you open your eyes first, or you are absolutely on a drowsy mood of your sleep. Now that drowsy condition where your oxygen level doesn't reach to the brain to the standard which it should be. So that is a drowsy condition. And then slowly, it takes 5-10 minutes. When you get up, give us sleep, because your brain is totally resting. The oxygen of the blood It reaches to the brain, but it is very, very slow. It is very slow moving. So that is a position where we call it as a drowsy condition. Now, when you get up, that is means that at that stage is the last stage of the sleep. So insomnia is a very big factor. I'm going to talk to you. I think I'm going to put and discuss with it to put you for that as well, because I know many of you are facing and many of you might be facing this. So I'm going to take the whole chapter of those kind later. But having this excessive sleep, some people, because they are lethargic, they have got nothing, they are tired, they do feel it. Oh, now this is the time I don't feel like, because it's a depressive condition. There's food is less, so that is one part that they try to go ahead and they feel it absolutely lazy full condition. Now, coming up to the physically restless, and you are physically down, totally down low. You don't feel like that active, your brain, mind, like a completely, you're self motivated. Your motivation, it goes down. Your self motivational power goes down, because like, I must do this, I must do this. This is like your day to day activity, which is a creativity, which is called, as we call it, as the confidence. Confidence goes down. Your physically restless condition, like you don't feel like having rest at all. That's a hyper. Or else you go on a bed. Negative, totally negative, don't want to do. This is like you are down. Either of them. Then you get lethargic fatigue. Fatigue is what? Lethargic condition, tiredness. And I don't feel like I'm saturated. I don't have energy to do this. That's your feeling. That's your brain, which is telling you. And that is the almost every day you do this. Oh, I'm tired. I don't feel like doing anything. I'm like this, like it is like a daily story that you have in your life, and you feel it, oh God, and hopelessness. What life I have, I've got nothing new. It's like a day to day story. The man, like, and I'm telling you why it happens. I'm going to give you the reasons as well, because this is a big topic. Last time I said about acute, I'm coming up to chronic, that these are the feelings that you will have it. And next, I'm going to talk to you maybe in the next lecture that why you get this and how can you avoid it. And when in acute, so let's take it over the fatigueness. Fatigueness is a lethargic condition. Your body, oh, I don't feel like doing anything. My this is there. It's like, I'm not that, your brain, your mind is not that sharp, active, motivated the way it should be. But, okay, you first of all, you shake your hand, you don't talk much, you reserved, you are tired, you are lethargic, you're saturated, you don't feel like doing anything. And, or else you're hyperactive. You don't even sit down for 5 minutes, don't allow others also to work in a normal way for 5 minutes. That is a hyper level. So, it's like a two ways, totally opposite ways, totally opposite directions that you work when you are in a chronic condition. So, this is the style that you have. Secondly, there is nothing. The life is, some people there, for them, the life is worthless. There is nothing. What is the life? This is the life that I'm living. My life is worth. I've done nothing. I'm doing nothing. It's a worth. It's not worth to leave this life. That sort of a feeling. that sort of, what am I doing it? Guilty feeling. God has given me a birth, but I'm a curse. I'm not a born for something, doing something which is good, but I'm a curse to the life. That sort of a feeling, they do get it every day, almost every day they get that feeling. And because of that, because of this, your brain has stopped working. They've gone to the stage that it is not doing transmission that actively, or they don't do it that big they don't solve the problem of the stress that you are facing, the problem that you have. And then it is getting it that you can't focus, you can't concentrate. You are pushing your brain that, yes, I need to do this. You're trying it. But then what happens? Suddenly you withdraw. You don't focus. You don't concentrate there. You don't work that the way you should be working it. So that is called as a concentration. And then, even if you have been set every day, it's like a routine of your life. Everybody, I'm going to give you an example in this. Like suppose somebody, every day you are chanting a name of a god for 5 minutes and you were listening very peacefully from past so many years. But in this scenario, for listening to 5 minutes as well becomes very, very difficult for you. I'm going to give you every example of the restlessness. Some people, now you go to the work, you both are, some person comes to you and you both are working. He tells you as a commanding part, you have to finish because he must be your boss. So he must be telling you, you have to finish this much today. This is the job. This is a protocol that you have to take it and you have to finish. You are doing it, focusing it. If you don't do it, you get a shouting back because you didn't finish this job, which I told you about it. So the protocol that has been given to you, you're following that. Now suddenly the person comes, oh, this is like your everyday job. Just leave this job, leave this protocol, come back to me. I need this urgently. You're switching it on. So what happens? That's where you are focusing. You're telling them that, look, you told me to do this. Let me finish it. I'm half the way. No. You leave this. This is like your every day you have to do it. It will take you ages to finish it. You just go and focus this. What I'm doing, you have to do it. So that is a opposite person's anxiety, or it is the hyperactive condition attacking on you. Okay? And that's where your normal brain starts getting abnormal. They are already having a problem, but it comes to you. And this is called as a hyperactive, or it is called as the restless position. Even if they are sitting down, they can't sit quietly. If they have to go, they run like it. They are hyper in all the ways. They cannot do in a normal position, and then they fall into trouble. So these are the people. They are full of energy. It's like excessive energy. They eat, and where the energy goes, you don't realize that. This is where they are bad. And they harm themselves, they harm the other's life and the mental status as well. And that is why the person gets a focus constant. They get a problem in focusing. They get a problem in concentrating something which is very, very essential. So these kind of the chronic people, they do get these kind of constant problem. Now, the people who are living with them, they have to go through day-to-day life. What happens with these kind of people? Now, such people, they are either they are hyper or they are too lower. Their mental position is gone perfect, that their thought, the life is, some people where when they are in a lower mood, they think, oh, it's not a worthwhile living the life. Or if the people who are restless, they finish with it. Oh no, they can't sit for a bit of it in their life. And the result is absolutely disastrous. The people who are depressive, they always try the thought of committing suicide, giving up the life. They are having some sort of a suicidal attempts, suicidal plans going on within the brain. Why? Because they think this is the life I have to live. First of all, the mind is not that set to accept this. So but they are forced to accept. And why? Because why it happens? Because the level of the hormone has gone disturbed to such a stage that it is very, very hard for a brain to come up and to balance it and to put them into the regular condition. Like one hormone A and hormone B, they always transfer one message to the another message. Done. This is now take this as a acute and chronic I'm trying to tell you. Now one message and another message. This message goes to the other by hormone A and hormone B accepted. Now this is the regular story. The second message goes, it's a second. Third goes like it's a regular way, happens. Normally happens. Now in acute condition, it has given in your body, you said to your body, oh, I have to take it. Okay, these hormones have adjusted and they have transferred the message. So it has gone from one to the another cell. This is one cell, this is another cell. It has gone through the hormone to this and it is moving to the brain. Now, if this has become like every day, every 5 minutes, every second day, your body they can't take every day. They have done once, they have done second, that's acute condition. Your body has taken it, finished with it. But then it becomes regular. It has become a story. It's a regular story, everyday story. So either the brain nowadays, they have done once, they have done twice, they have done 500 times, 500 times. It's a regular, the thing happens. Now your brain has come up to the stage that, oh no, I don't have to. But I've got no choice. You're thinking about it. So your brain is like this. It's in a dilemma condition. Now, this dilemma condition, when it happens, then you think about it. Oh, whether I should do it or not. Again, it is going to come up. Your fear has started. Your horrible condition has started. Your stress has gone to the state that you can't get rid of it. So, these are the stage where you are in absolutely mess. Now the stage has come that you have accepted it, that this is a regular and I have got no choice, I have to take it. Now, if you've taken it, your brain doesn't want it. So your brain is not happy to take it. But instead of having any big disaster, your brain has stuck here. I have to. Your brain is saying either you take it or finish with it. Your brain has taken, but they are not happily taking it. Every day they are not happily taking it. And they block the things. That it is there, and then your brain starts working, diversify. So this is the chronic stressful position. They block up their chemical transaction, hormone A, hormone B, hormone C, as I said to you here. They are blocked at one stage and they are not allowing them to move forward. But they have to come and attack here. And that attacking part is the one which doesn't make you to think something pleasurable, something good, something energetic. It will put you down. Or it will go to the such a heavy stage that duk, 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 and go to the upper stage. That is the anxiety. So these are the ways. When you are in a depression, when they don't allow it to move, they just stop you here. Actually, it should move forward, but it doesn't. It stops you here at that time because it's a block, and they block you here. Then you go into depressive condition. And you get a multiple thoughts of suicidal accidents, thought of different kind of making attempt of the suicide. So these are the different ways that you come up, and these are the you have to take it as a depressive condition now, as that. Now it is persistent is one part of a depression, major is one part, and chronic is one part. Now, chronic stress first. Let us take the chronic stress once, and then we go with the chronic depressive and major depression and all that. Now, any of these kind of a thing, they are equally related with the hormones. You have got a lot of tests which are there, which can bring you out. But now, make sure that any of these hyper or hypo condition of the stress, the results are no good. They will put you into various conditions, various mental position in a bad way. They can put you into the alcoholism, they can put you into the drug abuse or the substance abuse, we call it as. They will put you into multiple bad habits. When you are in the stress, they can give you panic attacks. It starts with that. So these are the conditions. And why we get this? So make yourself strong enough. The moment you realize that, yes, this is not for me, I can't accept it, leave it, come out of it. In the beginning of the stage, it's best to come out or sit down, talk. It's kind of a counseling, it's a kind of talking. Talk in a family that this is the one which I can't take it. I need to work for it. I need to do something for it and ask for a help instead of in a beginning. I'm not coming up to chronic yet. Chronic is a different, it's a big, it's a major issue. When you are at the acute condition itself, when you face it once, twice, thrice, sit down. What are the reasons that you're facing this? Sit and talk in the family. Abusing. Supposing you have got that, then you go beyond your way to sustain your mental position in a normal condition. So when you have got that first, second attack, sit down in a family, talk. Family doesn't listen in an abusive condition. It's like, socialization. Social abuse is a very common in this. Husband boozing is a very, very common. Boozing means alcohol. They come fully alcohol condition. They are in their own tone. But some people, they become violent at that stage, and that's not good. So they create, that creates an argumentative nature, that creates a problem in a family, and that's a regular story. Some person, they are abusive in a finance, that, oh, you work hard and you don't do. This is a social way of working. I'm not taking any biological today. Biological is a different way. That's a different story. I'm talking about this. In a normal condition, in a social condition, these kind of a thing, this abusive condition where you're bound to get some or the other stress, some or the other fear, some or the other mental imbalance. And there you will get the stressful position. Even at the work as well. I'm talking, this is true. At the work as well, you have got this. So these are the places where you are bound to fall into acute condition of the depression. Sit down, talk to your boss that, sir, you do this. This is putting me into imbalance condition mentally, physically, and I am little bit upset with that. Now, if you give me one thing, I'm not used to this kind of a thing. Try to talk politely. And then if it doesn't work, you have to find your way out. You have to either report it, or you have to, at a work, you must be having a higher authority, report there. But in an acute condition, only you try to solve this problem. If it becomes your day-to-day story, like in a social condition, you can't divorce your husband, because some of the husband-wife relationship is a very, very strong relationship. Socially also it is affecting, family wise also it is affecting, but you have to tell. If it doesn't, you have to report. You have to make sure that it comes back to the position. Or then you, once when you talk outside be help may put it into the proper position. If it doesn't work, then you find your way out. Because this is, if it is going to harm you, if it's going to harm your life, if it's going to harm your future, what is the use of such kind of a thing? So my question comes here, that before you go to the chronic condition and suicidal attempts and not worthy life, the first, find the solution, discuss, sit down. Because in acute stage, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to take any tablets, anything. No antidepressants are needed. But when you reach to chronic condition, as I said, it's a block. Then you have to go for a tablet. You have to go to the pharmacological treatment. Quite a lot of things are there. And that will affect quite badly. So it is one kind of a things that is, and your hormonal level also starts affecting. So make sure that you come up in this condition, in this before you go to the chronic level, go ask help. There are social services are there. Even if you have got a normal day-to-day story, go to the police, ask their help. Go to your people around who are very close to you, have some social gathering and disclose your problem and come out of it. That, look, this is not, it's beyond my way. And social services is always there to help you out. Go and talk to your GP who will put you through this. That will make a very big effect on it. And there are a lot of factors that, because this is not one that will affect your hormonal level. If it exceeds your day-to-day work, that will put you into so many other things. Your life becomes, your work level, your work output, everything affects. So chronic is a straight way we put you through the antidepressants. And then antidepressants changes, and then we put you through so many things. And when you reach to the chronic, you start with the panic attack. That's a panic attack starts and you are caught there. So why you want to be that? The panic condition, because you see that you start getting panic. Oh no, again, oh no, again, oh no, again. And that panic start giving you either higher or a lower. Your heart starts palpitating vigorously, your brain becomes giddy, you get nausea sort of a feeling, you feel it very, very giddy, and or else your heart starts sinking down, your hands and legs start shivering, or internal, it's like a thrilling sort of a condition. So that should not be happening to you. So make sure that you do talk to your GP before you reach to this stage, and come up to certain kind of a normal condition at the first point. Before you end up to, as I said, about the suicidal attempt of suicide and blockage and all that. So abusive conditions are very, very commonly observed in the chronic depressive or chronic stress level. Now, why it happens? Chronic stress level. As I said, it's a hormones. Any external diversification, they always try the hormonal imbalance condition of your brain, and it's a connection cycle completely from the brain to the body. And that cycle gets imbalanced. That imbalance condition is so severe and gets blocked, because instead of damaging any part of the body, that particular thing gets blocked, and that blockage is no good. One of the chemicals, they're taken, absorbing, giving, that sort of things are getting blocked up. So you get a hormonal imbalancing condition. And make sure this is not a good sign. Now, right. Hormonal imbalancing condition itself is when you start feeling lethargic, when you start having sleeplessness condition because of the external pressure, external problem that you have, say at work, maybe at home, maybe in the family, maybe any of that, you have got it, and that is your consistently it is on. You don't feel like eating anything, or you eat over, or sometimes you don't feel like sleeping anything. You don't feel like sleeping, or you don't get a REM sleep, which is a normal sleep, which is there. As I said, you don't try to go out. This is a kind of imbalance of the hormones. And that imbalance condition you recognize with this kind of the symptoms. Then we put you to the hormone test as well. Of course, there are thyroid hormones, which there are other hormones as well. So we put you through all those hormonal tests, and then we try to work out with you that which is the hormone which is higher or which is lower. What is the imbalancing condition has happened? We try to take out everything. There are blood tests for those hormones. But with these symptoms, if you get it consistently, make sure you have to show it to your GP that this has been happening from past 3-4 days. See, if it happens for 3-4 days and goes away, take it as normal, as I said, acute. But if it stays for a longer, say maybe 5-7 days, and then it stops, okay. But then it comes up again and again and again, like that 5-7 days of a depressive condition where you feel like and that vigorosity of this is increasing. Your panic attack, increasing, then better show it to GP. GP will put you through the psychiatrist, or may put you through the they will put you through some of the what you call a blood test and all that. And then they try to recognize what, according to the blood reports, according to the things, they try to work out with you. They give you tablets, or they'll put you to counseling, whatever, according to everything. Or they'll put you through psychiatrist. Then psychiatrist will see They take your chart, they take your labor. We also have got our measurements, how to get the depression done, how to get the depression stages, because we have got our DSM and ISD charts. Now, on that ground, we work out and we do the check on the depressive condition. And if it is not depression, if it's an anxiety, we check even that. These are our ISD and DSM charts. Accordingly, it has been monitored, and it's a worldwide accepted. It's not just here. It's a worldwide accepted charts that we follow. Every physician, whether it's here, US, anywhere in the world, it's a chart which we follow. So make sure that whenever you have these kind of a thing, you go and sit down with the family, get the counseling done, and talk. Talk is always the best. So, these are the factors which are there. And now I think I would like to give some time for the people to have their own trouble and their own discussion. Some of the people, they have already raised some of the problems that they have in the chat. It is a rapid eye movement, is a sleep. Yes, rapid eye movement is not a sleep, but it is like, resting, like you call it as the peace, resting your mind. You can't call a sleep. Rapid eye movement is sometime you're relaxing, or sometime you are in an anxiety or you are in a fear. There is a two ways that you can see. It depends on the which way the eye movements are there and how they are moving around. What are the ways the eye is going ahead and how it is going well. That's where. If it is very quick, fast movement, or if it is going up and down, because there are a lot of mental imbalance conditions which are there. Whether you are feeling giddy and its eye movements are there, that is a different. So this all the ways we have to check it out and we can say. But some people, they sleep and their eyeballs, I have seen some of them, they move very, sometimes they move in a at particular age, then that is just like a resting condition, but you can't call it as the sleep totally. Now, hormonal imbalance, as I said, please check with the symptoms and your external problems. Because of that problems, if you have these symptoms, as I said, that is means you have got some sort of a trouble because of this external or your trouble that is there with the hormones. Say, as I said, you are facing that situation again and again and again, and your body is getting, irritated, your lethargic condition, these, that the symptom starts, then that is bound to get some sort of a hormones are not doing better. But you talk to doctor. You don't have to go for a blood test straight away. The doctor will also ask you. We have got a checking machines, as I said to you. We will check everything and then we give you these things that no, you need to go for a test first and let me check it out. That way. And the sleepless condition. Now, sleeplessness is I would rather say somebody here means I would rather talk to somebody with a sleepless condition in the night, in a person. They can talk, they can WhatsApp me, and I would like to have a word with them. But tomorrow will be the best day that I can have a word, and then I can do the things with them. Any other person that they have got any questions? or else I'll pass it on to the Arogyam and we can do the discontinuation of this meeting. So I think we'll have to end up. I have got answered all the questions. So we need to end up with this meeting, and maybe next week we'll come up with this same stress and what can we do to avoid this? What are the reasons that we get this? I'm going to tell you all those on this stressful condition next time. Whether and at the same time we'll go take it as a depression as well and anxiety, both of them, and we'll take these things ahead. The same topic, but it is today I've completed, say, 50%, next 50% will be next time.